Hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees, and today I have a topic I want to talk about that I know is going to interest a good amount of you. Today we're going to be talking about banana trees. So there's two things that I don't like to grow. I don't like to grow vines or bananas. I don't like them for various reasons. Bananas, I have a problem with because when you're doing high density gardening or you don't have a lot of space, once the banana stalk grows, you got to cut that banana stalk because it won't grow bananas twice. And if you don't stay on bananas when the pups come up, it gets too much. It's a lot of work. People don't realize how much work it is to grow bananas. So when I cut this down, if it's close to one of my other trees, it can create an issue. It could fall into the tree. It could blow over. A lot of pups come up. You got to keep them very moist. There's a lot of issues with bananas. In my other yard, I took out all my bananas. I didn't want any bananas because of these issues. Well, when I was getting rid of my last set of bananas, my apple bananas, I realized these bananas are too good and I can't find them anywhere. These Monsanto bananas, so I wanted to save a couple and plant them in this yard, so I did. And I'm okay with them at the moment. I have about 4 that I put in. So these pups are already growing too much, so I got to take some of these out. So let me give you this example here of what I'm talking about. So there's 1, 2, and you can do 3. But if you let them go more than 3, it gets way out of hand. So there's 4. I got to take this out. And there's 1 growing here. That's 5. You got to stay up on this. If you let these grow more than 3, it gets way out of hand. So that's something to consider. I'm going to go over my neighbor's yard and show you some of his banana trees in a little while. But let me look at this here. These are all Monsanto bananas that I did. And I put a lot of mulch under there. I don't have water here. Bananas need a lot of water. But if you don't have water, get a lot of mulch. So I have mulch over here. And I put a lot of food scraps there and mulch on top of it. I keep them watered well. You see, the pups started to come up, but basically I have 3 here. So it's so close to this tree, close to this fence with these cars. If these get too tall, not only is it going to shade out some of the trees, but also after I get the bananas off, and if it's really tall, it's harder to cut the bananas. I got to take that down, and it could fall either way. You got to drop it just right. So bananas are high maintenance and a lot of work, but I decided I had some room here in the front. And I like these Monsanto bananas, and I wanted to keep the variety. So for these bananas, I kept. But here's today's topic. I'm going to show you some other bananas. But as you all know, we'll come back here into Mango Land. I recently took out 7 mango trees to create more room between the trees. I took out a tree from here, from there, and all the way back. Well, I decided somebody gave me some ice cream bananas. And I decided to put ice cream bananas between the trees because I had 20 feet. And I figured if I get them between the trees, it'd be enough room. But then I thought, that's not a good idea. Because if they grow really tall, not only may they shade out the other trees, but eventually I'm going to have to take them out. And I've taken out many banana trees, and the roots are just a pain in the butt to take out. And if you don't get the roots out, they continuously grow. They're easy to get in, but hard to get out. So, I had ice cream bananas between all my trees, and then I was questioning if I should keep them in or not. Because they're still new, and now's the time to figure that out. And my neighbor, who I'll go to his yard, gave me a great idea. He said plant dwarf banana trees here so they won't get too big and never shade these out. You could still remove them or cut them back if they become a problem space-wise. But in the meantime, you can get some food, but it has to be a good banana. Some bananas out there are not good. I love my apple bananas in the front, but this is a banana that I got from my neighbor. This is called a dwarf namwa. Probably the best kind of tree to get for most situations, a dwarf namwa. It's not going to grow bigger than this fence. So as these mango trees grow taller, it will not shade those out. And only when those come too far out will, if at all, I need to get rid of the mango trees. I mean, those banana trees. So, here's another one. This is, I replaced that little ice cream starter with this Dwarf Namois. But then, I had an ice cream one here as well. And I left this one here for experimental purposes for the video. This is an ice cream banana. Now, probably going to grow too high. It's going to shade out that mango tree over there. You know, it's important to keep them three. Remember, not let them get more than 3 branches or 3 pups. But this is my experimental one to show for video purposes why you shall not plant a big banana in situations like this, even though there's 20 feet between the trees. So I left that in there for experimental purposes. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's going to work. But for experimental and video purposes, I wanted to leave the big ice cream banana in there. And I also wanted one ice cream banana so I can get the pups later if I find a better spot. And over here is another Dwarf Namois. So that's the situation here with the bananas in this Mangoland yard. And I'm going to show you some of my neighbors' mangoes. But before I do that, I keep saying mangoes, I mean bananas. I had a banana that I planted over here. It's called a Mysore banana, but I ended up taking it out because it was way too big. And you see, I didn't take out the roots and it keeps growing back. I got to get the roots out of this, but this is a Ceci Love mango tree, and now we're shading that. Not a good idea, and ever since I took that out, this is growing just great. It was way too close. And I only put it there because it was a good water source coming from the laundry. But I'm going to keep that and get rid of that. And that's that situation. Now, 2 of my other neighbors' yards, he's growing bananas. This one was tall and it kind of fell down several times. Not in the best spot. But this is the other side of my fence. And this banana tree here, as you can see, it's a bigger banana and it's going to prevent my mango there from getting over this side. And I'm happy to share my mangoes with my neighbor on this side. So I cut this out and it's starting to grow back. But not only is it going to shade that mango, it's just going to create a hassle and a problem. The goal is for that mango tree on that side of the fence to grow up and out. And if this banana tree is here, that will not be possible. So I cut that out. It's growing back. We're going to cut that out. But those roots are a problem. And this is what I was talking about when you let too many pups come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is going to become a banana forest if you don't take care of this and fix the idea. Too many bananas. It's just going to keep expanding out and out and out because the root comes in the bottom and it just keeps expanding and more pups will grow up. So this is not a good place for bananas, even though you see some bananas starting to grow there. These are called Brazilian bananas. They're supposed to be dwarf, but they're just not good tasting and they're not in a good spot. So we're going to go over to my neighbor's other yard and check out some of his other varieties of bananas. Okay, so we're in my neighbor's other yard here and just started to rain. So this is his Dwarf Namois. You see, he keeps it 3 pups. They don't grow taller than that. And there's bananas on there right now. That's Dwarf Namois. That's the way to keep a banana tree. So you see the difference between that one and the previous one where it was way too many. See the difference. Now he has water on these, so he doesn't need as much mulch. So let's go in the back and look at some more of the bananas he took. Now he took some bananas that I had that I got rid of that were super tall bananas. And he put them here. And they're not doing that well. But they are in the ground. And these are going to get super, super tall. We're going to go back here and look more at his dwarf bananas that he has. So these are some more of the Dwarf Namois bananas. And the pups I had, I got from this area. So again, you want to keep bananas clean. You want to keep the pups from growing. But they're a lot more work than people realize. That's the dwarf Namwa banana. Here's another example of a banana tree. It's taller, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 pups, and there's 5. So he's got to get them out. He's got to stay up on this. But look how tall it is and how it can shade the mango tree. And then when he drops those, he's going to have trouble where he's going to drop them because they're right next to the tree. So bananas will go great. In 1 year, you'll get bananas. You want to put them in a good spot. Now here are some red bananas that he has. I've tasted these. I didn't like them, but there's the bananas. They're literally red. At least the outside is red. But the nice thing about this is they're not tall. When they're like that, you can get them just like that, standing, and reach right here and cut them. But when you get a tall banana, you have a big issue. Especially in a tall banana, it's not going to be that easy to get. And now I'm going to give you one more example of bananas because my other neighbor likes the banana leaves for his wife for some cooking situations. So I gave him a bunch of banana pups on my bigger banana trees, and he just planted them to get as many leaves as possible, not caring about the fruit as much, but it's become a banana forest. So if you go in here, you just see a ton of bananas everywhere. So it's shady in there. Look at that. Bananas popping up everywhere. That's what he wanted. So he's got a banana forest, amongst some other things. He doesn't even use them for the bananas as much as he does for the leaves of the bananas, because some people like the banana leaves for cooking. But I just wanted to show you when you let bananas get out of hand, this is what you're looking at. Literally the whole yard is taken over by bananas. It's a big wasted space, unless you love bananas. And another thing is, bananas are not expensive to get in the store. Everyone likes to have their own homegrown food, which is better, but bananas and carrots are two things, if you don't have a lot of space, might not be the best things to grow because you can buy them easily at the store. They're readily available and inexpensive. But when you're going to plant, you need to think about these type of things. I want to plant things that I want to eat all my food from my own food ground, but at the same time, you want to get food that's not really available otherwise as your first choices, I would think. But let's go around here, and I want to show you one more thing here, because I had for a while planted bananas in the front of my house, but I had since taken them down. They were attracting unwanted guests, but more important, they were a pain to take out because they're a good amount of work. So bananas, especially tall bananas, is not the best recommendation. And as I say, bananas and vines are two things I tend to stay away from. Alright, let me know what your experience with bananas in this current yard. I have no banana trees, and I'm happy about that. The other yard's kind of an experiment, because I had that extra space. We'll see what happens with that. Let me know what your experience was with bananas. Until then, everybody, have a great day, and keep growing.